Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or Nada, according to Jack. It's a very windy, wintry night here on Long Island in early March. Uh, the view that you see is my familiar view of Wantor Park that I took when I guess it was maybe 40 degrees warmer than it currently is. So we can dream of better days of spring ahead. Actually, we do spring ahead tonight, probably a couple of hours after this taping, so everybody's going to lose an hour of sleep. So get that coffee ready in the morning. So in any event, we're here to talk about another album release, and one that I think was a great album released. So let's get to that photo, put it up in this picture. We're talking the Scorpions' Rock Believer. So didn't know what to think. Another release in early 2022. And I was thinking to myself, how is it going to be? So on first listen, I thought it was pretty good. They did give you a couple of options. You could buy the single disc, or you could buy the extended what is it? The extended disc with two discs, a bonus disc with 5 extra tracks. So let's show it to you. It's right here, and I'm definitely not going to be popular with my wife because I did get the extended disc, and which ran me about a good $30 at one of my go-to places now, Newbury Comics in Roosevelt Field Mall. This is what it looks like. This is a pretty cool gatefold. Look at that. Yeah. I want to try and get it on camera so everybody can see it. That's the problem with some of these backgrounds. It occasionally fades them out on you, but I think you get the gist of it. It's a pretty cool gatefold opening. This was what it looks like from behind. 2 discs in there. This is the little booklet that it comes with. First one, and here's my guy Klaus Meine, who I got to tell you, folks, he sounds terrific. This guy, he does not age. It's just, he's a phenomenon. To me, on this album, he sounds as good as he sounded back in the early '80s when they hit it big with Blackout and the album that Rock You Like a Hurricane's on. I can't think of it, but anyway, talking about the lineup, it's the familiar lineup: Klaus Meine, Rudolf Schenker, Matthias Jobs, bassist Powell Massawoda, who's been with them since, I believe, 2003. I looked that up. And then there's drummer Mickey D, who makes his debut on his first Scorpions recording. He replaced drummer James Kotak back in the fall of 2016 when Kotak was let go, unfortunately. But that's how it goes. So let's talk about the songs. So memorable songs. So there's 16 songs. So it's going to be very hard for every song to stand out. So I picked basically maybe half of them, to talk about. And a couple of them, I'd say I have about 5 or 6 favorites on this album. So starting out, kickoff track, Gas in the Tank. Really good kickoff track. It's their first album since Return to Forever in 2015. By the way, baseball's back. LOL. So it's a good song. I rated this a 4.25. And there were no songs that I rated below a 4 out of 5. So that's a very good thing. But it's just trying to identify which I thought were the real standout tracks. And my real standout tracks, I thought there were two on this album. The first one is song number 2, Roots in My Boots. I'm sorry, that is just a killer riff. Throughout the song. As I said, Klaus Meine, he just, you know what, gave me the warm and fuzzies how good he sounded. So Knock 'em Dead, really nice opening riff. I caught myself playing some air guitar with that palm muting in the beginning. Good stuff. Almost as if I was listening to what's that movie with Jack Black with the kids. I can't think of it, but anyway. Oh, School of Rock. That's it. Sounds like that song could have been in School of Rock. Title track, Rock Believer, started out as a little more melodic, maybe a little more of a power ballad before it kicked off. It picked up a bit. By the way, Knock 'em Dead, I gave a 4.5. Rock Believer, 4 1/4. Next one, Shining in Your Soul, another 4 1/4. That one sounds like it has something, you know, I'm no drumming expert. Maybe if my brother were here, he's a drummer, he might be able to tell you. Sounded like it had a little bit of a different time signature. A little more prominent bass, simple but nice riff. Longest song on the album, Seventh Son, song number 6. I gave that a 4 1/4. That's the longest track on the album, coming in at like 5:30. Sounds a little bit like China White, a little slow and plodding, but good. Hot and Cold, another nice riff, but that got a 4. When I Lay My Bones to Rest, that's one of those rah-rah songs where he says, "Let me see your hands." You'll see that later on in the set, I'm sure, once they once they go out on tour. I think I'm definitely going to have to try to see these guys. You can't go wrong, you know, adding about maybe 4, 5, 6 songs from this album to the fold. It's going to be good. What else? My other favorite, skipping to song number 10, Call of the Wild. Amazing opening, something a little different. I like that little slower walk down. Da, 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 da. Really nice moody piece. And again, I can't say enough about, you know, Klaus Meine's vocals. You know, I would say most of the songs were written by Klaus and what's his name? Rudolf Schenker. Some contributions from what's his name? Oh man, I'm forgetting myself. As Chris Alla would say, I'm getting a case of the olds too. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so most of the songs written by Rudolf Schenker, Klaus Meine, with some contributions from Matthias Jobs and Paul Massarotta. Okay, so where are we? Last song on the first disc, When You Know Where You Come From. Another great song. I gave that a 4.5. I love both the electric and the acoustic versions on this song. The acoustic version is the very last song on the bonus disc. But I'm just going to read you a few lyrics. When you know where you come from, it's right in the centerfold there. When you know where you come from, you know where you're going. Just because you're a child of your time, when you know where you come from, you back down for no one. Just be true to yourself. It's your life. And then at the end, he repeats it a few more times. But what a great message. You know, I tell that to a lot of people Just be true to yourself. It's your life. Live your life. Do your thing. Don't let anybody try to tell you otherwise. Awesome message there. So disc number 2, I mean, I would say it's more for the serious collector. The songs are all good, but I gave them all 4s. Nothing really standing out on the second disc. Unleash the Beast, another song that sounds like they're talking about COVID. So let's go to those lyrics. I can find them. Unleash the Beast. Yeah, where he says, no matter if you're rich or poor, you can run, but there's no cure. A time to rise, a time to fall. Who saw the writing on the wall? One last kiss to wake the lust. A super spreader kills all of us. Yeah, so I think you're going to start to see a lot more songs about COVID spring up. I talked about there was a song about it on what's Saxon's album Carpe Diem. So that's all she wrote. So Scorpions, Rock Believer, great album. I wavered a little. Did I want to give it 4.25 stars or 4.5? I'm gonna go for broke and say 4.5 out of 5 stars, because you know what, some of these songs are just really to die for. I mean, they really knocked it out of the park. If you're a fan of the Scorpions, you're gonna love this double disc. Gives you 16 songs to cherish and spend a lot of time with. I believe the running time of this whole album is a little over an hour if you're listening to both discs, and one after the other. So that's all she wrote in a nutshell. Scorpions, Rock Believer, pick it up, great album. I'd say this is definitely, if I end up doing, top albums of 2022, I'm sure this one will be in the running, along with the other one that I mentioned, Carpe Diem by Saxon. So we'll see, but let's get through summer first. I don't know if you still hear that wind howling. It's a bear. Anyway, Jack Toledano, all or nada, according to Jack. I have a lot of programming coming in the next few weeks. I went through my schedule of videos to put up, and mushroom clouded. I went from about 6 to 8 to close to 16 that are in my imminent list of things to do, for this channel. So stay tuned. Probably have a few guests on the show. We'll see where it goes from there. Have a good one, everybody. Good night. Stay warm. Happy spring.